kiddos, it's Grandpa Ken, and everybody's grandpa and friend. Well, here we are. We're going to do another Curious George, and this is one of his adventures. This is what makes George so interesting, and why we read him so much, is because he has adventures with the man in the yellow hat. Today, we're going to read Curious George Goes to a Chocolate Factory. This is George. George was a good little monkey and always very curious. One day, George went for a drive with his friend, the man in the yellow hat. They're always together, see? Except when they're not. And that seems to be when George gets in trouble, huh? Look, George, the man said. There's a store in that chocolate factory up ahead. Let's stop for a treat. George loved chocolates. Inside the store, boxes of chocolates were stacked everywhere. But the man with the yellow hat found his favorites right away. George, he said, wait here while I buy these, and please stay out of trouble. Well, we know that's pretty tough for George, but George looked around the store and he saw chocolate-covered cherries. Ooh, my favorite. And fudge-flavored lollipops. A chocolate bunny caught his eye. Then something else caught his eye. What were all those people looking at? George was curious. What were they all looking out at the window for? I don't know. All those candies, I'd have a tough time. He climbed up to get a better look, and through the window he saw lots of trays filled with little brown dots. What are all those brown dots? George, of course, was curious. He found a door that led to the other side of the window. Oh no, the little brown dots were chocolates, of course. A tour guide was showing a group of people how to tell what was inside the chocolates by looking at the swirls on the top. Well, that would be an interesting thing to know, because everybody knows life is like a box of chocolate. You never know what you're going to get unless you know. The little swirl means fudge. The one that says C, caramel aside. And this wiggle is for marshmallows. This squiggle is for a truffle. This one is for nugget. And sideways swirls is for orange fluff. And this one of George's favorite, banana cream. Can you see those, kiddos? Huh? Will you remember those? Probably just not. We just grabbed the chocolates. George followed the tour group until they came to a balcony overlooking a room where the chocolates were made. Ooh, I've been in a chocolate factory. Yeah, Soretto's here in Phoenix. It's wonderful. Down below, busy workers packed the candy off the machines and put them in the boxes. Yep, I saw them do that. These were the machines that made the chocolates with the swirls on top. The chocolates came out of the machines on long belts. But how did they get their swirls? Guess what George was? He was curious how that would happen. Uh-oh, here we go. He climbed down from the balcony, because he's a monkey, and up onto the machine. George peeked inside as he was trying to see what was making the swirls all of a sudden, but he didn't realize he was stepping on the go fast handle. See? Oh no. Uh-oh. The chocolates began coming out faster and faster. They sped up by so quickly they seemed to be running on legs of their own. Quick, bring more boxes, yelled a man with a tall white hat. What happened? Asked another man. Nobody answered. Nobody knew what had happened, and everyone was so busy that no one noticed George. Can you imagine if you worked there, all of a sudden all these candies come? Maybe you just start grabbing and eating them, huh? The workers began to fall behind, and the candy began to fall off the end of the belt. Save the chocolate, yelled the man with the tall white hat. Meanwhile, George saw one of his favorites whiz by. He tried to catch the banana cream chocolate, but it was too fast. He chased it to the end of the belt. Okay, what do you think's going to happen? He's chasing his chocolate-covered banana, At the end of the belt, a pile of chocolates was growing taller and taller. George had never seen so many chocolates. As he searched for the banana cream, he put the others in empty boxes. George was so fast, someone noticed and yelled, "Hey, bring that monkey more boxes. He's helping us catch up." Not all the chocolates made it into boxes, but no more chocolates fell on the floor. Wow, look at George. Was he like doing like I said, just eat them, right? Just when George and the workers were all caught up, the tour guide ran in with the man with the yellow hat. "Get that monkey out of here," she yelled. "He's rooting our chocolates." "But this little monkey saved the chocolates," explained the workers. Then the man with the tall white hat said to George, "You may have caused us some trouble, but you were a speedy little monkey. You deserve a box of candy for your help." George was glad he was not trouble, but he did not take the chocolates. He didn't take the chocolates? Why do you think that is, kiddos, huh? Why do you think George didn't take the chocolates? I bet you I know. Do you think maybe he ate too many of them, huh? What do you think? Back in the parking lot, the workers waved goodbye as George and his friend got into their little blue car. "George, you said you don't want any chocolates before we leave?" asked the man with the yellow hat. And George, he knew he was sure. "That's what I thought. Look at old Georgie Porgy. Yep. What did you think of that one, Barkley? Did you like it?" Well, kiddos, thanks. Come on back. We're going to be doing some more Curious Georges because we like them and so does Barkley. Remember, be safe out there and get ready. It's getting to be Thanksgiving and it's going to be Christmas before we know it. And we have a lot of surprises for you for Christmas. See you later.